All right, good day, everyone. I wanted to cover a really simple math problem that I just found on Facebook. And I see a lot of incorrect answers on this one, but I wanted to walk through it. It's 11 minus 2 times 3 is usually how it's presented. And again, this is an expression. I see a lot of people say, well, there's no equal sign, so there's nothing to solve. Well, technically, yes, there's no variable to solve for. There's no equal sign. There's no equation. However, it is an expression, and expressions can be simplified. I see a lot of incorrect answers on this. 11 minus 2 times 3. A lot of people are subtracting 2 from 11, getting 9, and multiplying 9 by 3 and saying the answer is 27. The detailed solution here, the answer is 5. The step-by-step solution, first you identify the operations. What do we have here? We have subtraction and we have multiplication. All right, so you apply the order of operations. Now, PEMDAS and BODMAS are just acronyms, and these haven't been around forever. The order of operations has been around for centuries, but PEMDAS and BODMAS are just two ways of trying to memorize it, although that's a whole nother story. People mess those up because they don't understand them. Multiplication comes before subtraction in the order of operations. You calculate 2 times 3, and that equals 6. Then you subtract 6 from 11, and you get 5. The final answer is 5. Now again, I see when I look through this the post for this, I see so many people answering 27, mostly older adults. 27 has never been correct. The answer 27 would only result from completely ignoring the order of operations. You'd be strictly working left to right. Now, I will say, if you put parentheses around the 11 minus 2, and then you multiplied that by 3, you would get 27, because putting parentheses around 11 minus 2 prioritizes the subtraction over multiplication. But we don't have any parentheses, so you can't do that. Just working left to right and getting 27 violates fundamental mathematical principles that have been standardized for centuries. There's no legitimate mathematical system where 11 minus 2 times 3 equals 27, unless you had parentheses around the 11 minus 2. Now, why a lot of people think parentheses are needed? Well, some people incorrectly believe that you need to write 11 minus and then put parentheses around the 2 times 3 to get the answer of 5. And this misconception stems from a number of things. Generally, it's poor understanding of the order of operations. I blame a lot of it on the acronyms like PEMDAS and BODMAS. People just remember 6 letters and they go, well, wait a minute, there is a P at the beginning, so that means you have to have parentheses. Or if you learn BODMAS, oh, you've got to have brackets, otherwise you just ignore everything, because you can't just have EMDAS, or you can't just have MDAS, or you just can't have whatever, which is completely false. It's people memorizing letters and not understanding the order of operations. That's why I honestly hate the acronyms PEMDAS, BODMAS, and all the rest of them. There's confusion between how we read sentences in the English language or whatever language. There's a lot of confusion between how we read left to right versus mathematical precedents. There's inadequate math education that didn't properly emphasize PEMDAS and BODMAS. I do believe that there were some teachers that just strictly taught these acronyms, and students kind of half paid attention, and all they remember are the 6 letters. There's a mistaken belief that operations are performed in the sequence they appear. The truth is that multiplication already has higher precedence than subtraction, so no parentheses are needed. The back in my day excuse, that's a big one that I see all the time. The claim's mathematically and historically false. The order of operations has been consistent, really. There's some minor things about implicit multiplication and things, but it's been really pretty consistent since the 1600s, back when mathematical notation was first standardized. Modern algebra has been developed in the, between like the 16th, 17th centuries. Now, I also will see people use the excuse, well, this isn't algebra, so you don't use the order of operations. And that's also baloney. Order of operations applies to algebraic and non-algebraic equations or expressions. Standardized mathematical education began a long time ago. People who claim back in my day it was 27 are either misremembering their education. There's the small chance that they were taught incorrectly. So people who keep insisting it was 27 are really throwing their teachers under the bus and telling us all, hey, my teachers were all incompetent. I know people will argue and say, no, they weren't. They taught us the right way. Well, no, they didn't. Um, I don't know. They're making an excuse, I think, a lot of times just to avoid admitting they forgot. A lot of people forget. A lot of people are all they're doing is balancing their checkbook. They're adding and subtracting numbers. They're not mixing multiplication with addition. They're not mixing division with subtraction and so on. So they forgot. The order of operations, which again sometimes is represented with acronyms, which I don't like, it's really remained unchanged in standard mathematics education for generations. Any teacher or textbook that would have claimed 11 minus 2 times 3 is 27 was simply wrong. No such book exists. So again, the summary here, 11 minus 2 times 3 is equal to 11 minus 6 equals 5. It's always been the correct answer according to standard mathematical principles. So I hope that's been helpful. Please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, and check out some of the other videos. Take care.